Hi, my name is Arnold Van Dyke. I am Director of Tax Services with Tax Audit, where we help individuals and businesses resolve their IRS problems. Today, we will be discussing qualifying for IRS Innocent Spouse Relief. So, what is IRS Innocent Spouse Relief? IRS Innocent Spouse Relief is available for an individual if there is an assessment on a married filing joint tax return and the individual can prove that they are not responsible for the tax liability in question. In order for an individual to qualify for innocent spouse relief, they have to show certain conditions are met. First, they would have to show that the return that was originally filed is a joint filed return. The individual has to establish that they did not know or had no reason to know there was an understatement of tax. They also have to show, taking into account all facts and circumstances, it would be inequitable to hold that individual accountable. And they also have to show that it was not part of any fraudulent scheme of transferring funds between two spouses. An IRS innocent spouse request is filed on Form 8857, and the request itself can either be filed in response to an audit or it can be brought up during the IRS collection procedures as well. The items in question can either be based on unreported income from one spouse or it can be from incorrect deductions taken from another spouse on a tax return. As to the knowledge requirement, actual knowledge is not the standard the IRS uses to determine whether someone will qualify for innocent spouse relief is not actual knowledge. The standard is whether a reasonable person in that individual's position would have known of the understatement. There are a lot of court cases out there where a spouse have tried to qualify for innocent spouse relief, where the tax court has basically stated, well, even though you did not have actual knowledge of the understatement, a reasonable person in your position would have known of the understatement. The example oftentimes comes up where a spouse signs a joint return and the joint return shows very little to no income, but the lifestyle that the spouse was living does not support what was reported on the tax return itself. In qualifying for innocent spouse return, the court also takes into account the education level of the person of the innocent spouse return, whether innocent spouse request, whether that person's first language is English, and other underlying circumstances as well, whether the person was going through an illness, whether there was a death in the family. A lot of different items can be brought up in the request for innocent spouse relief. As stated previously, the request can be brought up in response to an IRS notice of deficiency. If the request is denied, a petition can be filed with tax court in response to the IRS notice of deficiency. If the request was not brought up during the audit procedure and the case is now in IRS collections, or if the balance is based on an assessment, an innocent spouse request can be brought up in collections as well by filing Form 8857. If the innocent spouse request is denied, you can file a request for an appeal. And if an appeal is also denied, a notice of determination will be sent out, and the spouse can file a petition with tax court through the notice of determination process as well. Keep in mind, in community property states, oftentimes the IRS will take the position that the innocent spouse request only covers half of the liability, since by law the other half is community property. The community property portion cannot be relieved by the innocent spouse request. So that's a little bit about innocent spouse requests in general. If you have any questions on IRS innocent spouse relief or to tax relief in general, feel free to contact us or visit our website. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more information on tax relief in general. Thank you very much.